What's up, guys? Today I'm playing a game against Martin Chess Journey. He's rated 1341. He's recording at the same time that I'm recording. And yet again, I am white. I do not know how this keeps happening. I don't. I really don't know because I'm doing random. Next time I'm just probably gonna play black just because.
Okay, so let's begin this. So we will play as normal as we can against this kind of opponent. So we'll play our usual. We'll try to do as we always do with the Caracan defense. And yeah, he's making some kind of pressure for this pawn, but I think it's fine. So I cannot take this out right now because he didn't move his knight. And so I guess I will have to close this with my pawn and keep my bishop inside. So yeah, let's do this, and then we'll try to move up our pawn and move the knight.
Apparently, chess.com's random. I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be random. Anyway, we see another Caro-Kann, and I kind of don't even want to play this because it's such a tricky line that if he falls for the trap, the game is basically almost over. But I think I am gonna go for it anyway and see what happens. I'll keep it consistent, keep doing what I'm doing, so you can see how different people respond to the same thing. So I'm expecting after captures to play bishop to c4 here and go into the tricky gambit. And I am on a treadmill. Oh, he plays e6. Okay, so we're gonna get something different. This is like super, ultra solid defensive. He's not really creating any weaknesses, and so he's probably not going to fall into any traps. So what am I going to do against this? Usually, I just develop your pieces. A lot of times, you don't need to overthink it when they play super passively. Just develop, and once all the pieces are out, that's probably when I might look to start being aggressive.
Yeah, so this will be the idea because this is not available right now, and this would be, we'll move just defend the king, so should be fine. So yeah, let's try this. Defending with my bishop and attacking the pawn, and we'll make a pressure with the knight.
Okay, now he goes for c5. Interesting. So it's a little bit, you could play like the French and go straight into this type of setup. He wastes a move, although that is something that does happen in the Caro-Kann sometimes. You depending on the situation, you will throw that forward later. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we can play this. Whenever there's a lot of tension, you really have to think carefully through what you're doing. And by the way, I am on a treadmill, so it looks a little weird. That's what's going on. Just trying to get my steps in today. I mean, I'm thinking about bishop to b5 check. I like it because it's with check, which means I can castle very quickly following that. The reason that I don't like it is it gives him something to do with this bad bishop, right? This bishop is kind of stuck, and if I go there, he now has a clear plan. That being said, I could still take. If he takes with the knight, we have takes. Looks like we're winning a pawn. So maybe he has to take with the queen, and then I would castle, and the rook can come over, and then we go from there. Looks pretty good. Bishop g5, bishop f4. Bishop e3 is also a possibility, just defending that way. Yeah, so I think I'm going to just go ahead, and I'm actually just considering trading first. Maybe I should go with the check first. Yeah, let's do it. We'll do it. But the reason I like this is because castling quickly before your opponent castles always gives you the option to bring the rook over. Interesting, he plays knight c6 instead. Okay.
So yeah, he have this move, I guess. Yeah, I can block it with a bishop, with a knight, with a pawn. Yeah, maybe with the pawn. Yeah, so next is knight in line, then bishop. Could also make some pressure for this pawn with the queen, placing it here. To defend against this, I have pawn, I have bishop, I have knight. So this should be fine. Okay, I have this, but this is... So I guess I'll defend it with a knight. And then put my bishop in here.
So, yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and just castle. If he takes me here, I'm going to recapture with the queen, taking advantage of the pin. And I like that my queen is nice, centralized, and controls some of these key squares, puts pressure here if that were to happen. Takes this way, I takes. Still probably taking with the queen, maybe the knight. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and castle. And now I'm starting to think about rook to e1, lining up here before he is able to get his king to safety.
Yeah, and then I can maybe move my pawn to move the bishop away. Yeah, if he takes, I will take back with the pawn. Okay, he's castling, so I will defend my knight with the bishop, and now I will start moving my pieces in the king side. So now I want to castle into the king side, so knight first, then the bishop, pawn is if needed. Yeah, so
okay, bishop to d7, so he breaks the pin, so we want to pay attention to what's happening here. But what I'm noticing is that this guy is now no longer defended. So takes, looks like a free pawn. And maybe even more important is that the e-file is open. So is there any reason to not do that? Treadmill throws off my arrows a little bit. I don't think so. I think that's good. And this is super dangerous for black. And you can see what I was talking about with castling super early. Rook to e1 check is a big deal, right? That's going to open up so many tactical ideas for me if this is what happens.
yeah, I could take this. He can retake it. I can take it with a... Yeah. Yeah, so I can... Can I take it? Maybe I can't. Take. Okay, this is not very nice, but could take it with a pawn. Okay, so if I'll take it, he will take this. Yeah, it's not working like that. So yeah, let's just take it with a knight. We'll give him pawns, some pawns, but I don't like the knight in here.
Okay, knight takes c4. Not a move that I actually considered. Let's see. Takes. This is still defended, so I think we could just get away with taking this. Trading here also is an option, but I don't see a reason to not take this, right? It's just going to be a free pawn. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that.
Maybe this was a mistake. I don't know. Because he will take. And I have to take this. And he will take with the queen, so I can take it, but I don't know if I want to. Because if he will be here with the queen, and the knight will be here protecting the queen, if I'll take this pawn, okay, he cannot take because I will retake, but this knight is on the fork. He can give me a fork, so for the king and the rook, so this is not what I would like to do. So yeah, this I guess is the main move.
It's a pretty safe move to play because I'm taking a piece. I can't really go wrong there, right? Takes me back. Okay, so probably we just take with the queen. And this is defended. Or if I want, I could trade and then take here. If he takes, we take. That's fine as well. But takes. Even here we have a little tactic, right? Where there's a follow-up fork. So that looks fine. So however we look at it, I think I'm pretty happy with queen takes d4. This actually, takes here. The idea is that if he takes me, I'm going to throw in this check and then recapture, and the king is totally exposed. That actually looks good too. He takes my knight. That's probably okay. Yeah, because the king is going to have to come out. Okay, so maybe that's even better. I mean, definitely queen takes d4 is good, but maybe I should take advantage of this opportunity to lure the king out here. So I think I will change it up.
For him. Now I have to start thinking about how to hide my king. Okay, I could do this. Yeah, so this is the only move right now. Yeah, because obviously I cannot take it with the bishop, so the pawn is my only move. Only logical move. Yeah, so I'll do that. So I have to move my knight somewhere here and the bishop, so I could castle.
All right, so he does recapture. And now we've opened up this diagonal. We could just recapture. I think that's what we're going to do. Just recapture here. Takes, we could trade or trade there. And we're just up a pawn. This is also a target. Pretty happy with this. Let's go ahead. Take on d4.
I guess the rook will come here. And then the knight can come in, I guess. This might be the plan. Because if the rook takes, I have to move my queen somewhere. So I would protect. Yeah, so he have this. I have two defenders for now. Let's do this.
Okay, so knight f6 makes sense. Develops a piece. I like rook e1. I like bishop g5. Bishop g5 is pretty easy to deal with. You just go bishop e7. Rook e1 is a little bit harder because this is a threat because the bishop's pinned, right? I think I'm going to go with rook e1 first for that reason. Yep, let's go ahead and do that.
Since rook is not here, I can... His knight cannot come into the d5. Because I just can take just like that. But if his rook will stand here, yeah, and he does stand here, so I have to protect my king. So this knight would not be able to come in here. Yeah, because if he comes, I take, he takes with the queen. But if my bishop will stand here, so then if takes, so this should work, I guess. Let's try this.
Okay, so he does play bishop e7, trying to castle, and I think now is the opportunity to go ahead and grab the pawn. Like I said, bishop is pinned, so you can't take me here. Could trade here, but that doesn't really affect anything. We still get the pawn. He could castle, and then this would be attacked, but then I would simply probably trade. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, so I think we can go ahead and safely take this.
And my queen still defends this bishop. Because if I'll castle... Oh, okay, I have a knight. Okay, so... I didn't saw that one. Yeah, so I cannot take, because this is pinned. But I can castle, I guess. This is protected. I will castle. He cannot take this. Cannot take this, so it's fine.
Okay, he does castle. And now we do have to watch out for this. We can't forget about that. So I think let's just go ahead and trade. We're up 2 pawns. So if we make it to an endgame, 3 against 2, 3 against 2 on both sides of the board, that's going to be a relatively easy win. And so I'm happy to trade off more pieces. If you take with the queen, then I take and we win a piece. I think he has to take with the knight, but the problem with taking with the knight is if I can get this rook over here, you still maybe have some problems, although he might be able to figure out a way around that. But I don't know. It's looking like we might have some tactics here as well. I think this is forced.
He could use this, but I can move away. So this should be fine. Yeah, this is not as planned. Okay. I have this knight. Okay, but then he'll have this. But it's fine. I guess it's not that big of effort.
Okay, he does play that way. So, you know, of course we have a move like bishop e3, just developing, adding support here, getting ready to let the rook into the game, which looks fine. I'd like to be able to take advantage of this somehow, but I can't go there. I could play knight to d5, which does attack the bishop. Where does the bishop move to? Bishop c5. Ah, that's kind of actually an annoying threat there, bishop to c5. Yeah, okay. So I don't think we want to allow bishop c5. So I probably will play bishop to e3. And then on bishop c5, maybe I'll just move my queen, creating the discovered check. Takes, we could take with check and be pretty happy. Yeah, okay. So I think bishop e3 is the move. The other move could be knight to e4, stopping bishop c5 that way. But then my rook is still not in the game. So I think that's a priority. And so I think bishop e3's got to be the move here that I want to consider. Knight c5, attacking my rook. Not a big deal. I could just move. Maybe even take that and then win a... Okay, yeah. Let's do it. Bishop e3.
Now I can move maybe a rook or a bishop to attack the queen, or a rook for a trade. If he brings his bishop in here, so then there are a possibility of mating in g7 with the queen. So if he takes his bishop in here, I will probably move my bishop to protect this pawn. And yeah, and then attack the queen. Yeah, probably I'll try to do this, but he didn't do it. So he wants to bring his rook, I guess, into the play. Still can attack this. Could potentially trade rooks. Yeah, if he takes my rook, I will take with the bishop or with the knight, and we can exchange these. I'll try to pin this line with because my knight is defending this, so I will try to take this bishop to exchange this bishop.
Okay, he does play bishop c5, kind of like we were expecting. So I think I want to go here, and the reason I like this move is, number one, it keeps pressure on the knight. Number two, it keeps pressure on the bishop. Number three, it's creating the discover check, also attacking here, which is all right. But this is primarily what I'm excited about, right? Because that's very, very dangerous for black. Like, you can imagine if the knight moves somewhere to attack my queen, I could even take that with check if I wanted to. Now I do have to calculate what happens after the queen trade, so maybe that doesn't work out quite as well as I thought, but still a very dangerous move, even like check here. You actually do have to calculate knight f6. No, but in both of those cases, the bishop's hanging. Yeah, okay, so the bishop would be hanging if the knight moves, so we would just take like that, probably. So yeah, I think queen d5 is the move. Let's see, any other options? I guess you could go queen c4, but I like centralized. Also, it's defended by the knight. Yeah, let's do it. Queen to d5, lining up here on the king. Sorry, my arrows are messed up because I'm on the treadmill. It like throws off where I'm clicking when I'm trying to draw the arrows.
And open up with this pawn, so like his king would be more open. What can he do in this position? He have to move his queen. That's obvious. So could move here to pin my king. This is an option, I guess. But I will probably then move my rook somewhere and move out of the pin. Yeah. So basically he moved not here but here. So he's doing the spin. Now he will move down. The idea is to move down, and it will be discover check. So I'll probably, yeah, this is tricky. I cannot take this. If I'll bring my rook in here to protect it, still this will be valid. So I have to move my king, but if I'll move my king, he will take, I will take, he'll take. This is kind of losing, I guess. Unless I can, no, still losing. Okay, let's think a little bit. I could just move my queen. So if he does this, I'll just move my king back and then retake it with the rook. So he could try on, yeah, but he can move there. So yeah, this is not an option. Move there, take. Okay, let's bring the king back.
All right, so he plays king to h8, obviously trying to get out of this discovered check. The problem is his bishop on c5 is under attack twice. So I believe we just take this and take this. Should be able to just grab a free piece. I'm just verifying that there's not something better. I'm not seeing it, so let's go ahead and take the free piece here.
So he will take. I don't have a doubt about that. I guess, well, have a little bit, but he will. So I will take back. Then I could move my. This is an option also, but then we will trade. If I'll take this. Yeah, let's take it. Okay, I'll try this. Yeah, let's do this. I know this is defended, so this will not work. Also, he can bring his rook into the play.
Okay. Let's just verify there's no like back rank mate checkmate happening, but we've got it covered. And so we'll go ahead and take the knight. Okay, so he's coming down. We have that defended. I'm not super concerned. He could take this pawn, but I think there are probably more important things going on in the position, so I'm not super concerned with that. I like the idea of knight e4, though. That actually does defend the pawn if I want to do that. Also defends here again and attacks the queen and brings the knight to a centralized location. That looks pretty good. So does this move. Just doubling up, keeping an eye on moves like this. I like this, though, because it gains a tempo on the queen. And maybe we can even bring it in to keep attacking multiple different ways if we need to defend. Yeah, knight e4 looks very, very good. Let's do that. Knight to e4.
Could bring my other rook to double up. Well, if he moves his rook in here, so I will not be able to double up here, but in this case... Yeah, he's protecting with the knight, but it's protected with the queen also. So, yeah, I cannot trade queens right now because if I'll take my rook somewhere here, he'll take, I will take. But it's two rooks and a knight with the pawns against this. So I will keep it for now. This is still an option, but not at the moment. I should probably bring my rook somewhere here or here to attack this pawn.
All right, so whenever you see a battery, you have to make sure you're paying attention to that. So right now we're definitely, well defended there, but I am going to keep an eye on that. And it's a question of what to do now. Knight to g5, knight to d6, queen to d6, trying to trade queens, maybe activating this rook, even bringing it to f1 could be a move. I'd probably like to be a little more aggressive with like a rook d1 or rook e1. You know what? Queen e5 actually looks like a nice square as well. And then I get the battery this way. I get the defense of the knight. I threaten the queen trade. I also threaten here, which we could probably play rook e7 and threaten checkmate. Seems like a really good square for my queen. And remember, trading is good for me, right? He doesn't want to trade because I already up the knight and the 2 pawns. So queen e5, yeah, and this is, like I said, already defended by the knight. So let's do that. Let's go queen e5.
Yeah, maybe attack the queen and the pawn. Then this, okay, then this would be a possibility. He can bring his queen here, but this would be just a trade of queens. Let's see what else we have. I don't want to exchange rooks or the queens. It's kind of not beneficial for me, I guess. For him, maybe, yeah, because he wants to trade. And I don't really want this. Yeah, I don't want to trade queens. I could move in here, but what is he threatening here? So he wants to do this, take... No, maybe not. Maybe he wants to bring another rook. I don't know. And I don't have safe squares in here. I have this or this. Could move here to still be able to move this and escape from the possible checks. Okay, let's move it in here and let's try to bring our rook in here. Of course, he's have a tempo, so it's not what I would like to do. I'm just defending right now, so let's try our best. So he have this, but it's defendable, and with the queen also.
Okay, so he keeps the queens on the board. He's still threatening here, so we don't want to like make a mistake and move our knight here. We would just lose the game, right? Check, and we would lose to a back rank mate. So we have to be a little careful. But I think I like the idea of just going here, threatening the checkmate. What else could I play? G3. The reason I might consider G3 is that there's no more back rank mate problems, gives my king options. So that actually looks pretty good too. But I think we should start with this, threaten checkmate first, see how he's going to defend that, and then we can go from there. Yeah, let's do that. There's the threat.
Yeah, so if this... I can... Wait, if he will move his knight, if I'll take it with the queen, with the pawn, yeah, I have to take it with the pawn, I guess. Yeah, this is coming. Okay, does he have a smother mate? This would be a smother mate. This and this. Also, I can move my queen in here or block my king. Yeah, if I'll move here, he definitely will move with the... Let's move it in here to protect this pawn. Still have such an option like this. The rook still in the corner, doing nothing. But he have one rook in the corner also, so that's good.
All right, so he defends the checkmate that way. I mean, we could jump the knight to g5 now because there's no longer a checkmate threat that we're defending against. So knight to g5, just bringing it closer, threatening to fork these guys, looks pretty good. Or I could bring the rook over, create the triple battery first, and then do that next. But I think just straight away going for that looks pretty difficult for black to deal with. So I think I will just play knight to g5. Let me just verify I'm not missing anything crazy. No checkmates, no blunders, no forks. I don't see it. Everything is defended, which is nice. And like I said, this is no longer a threat, so should be good here.
Yeah, now this is not valid. This still is defended 3 times, so this is fine. This is an option, but I can take... Yeah, so this is coming. Okay, but I can take. Yeah, if I'll move there... if he moves in here, I can take, and if he takes with the rook, I can retake. So let's keep it alive, I guess.
It's important to note that even though I'm up a piece and 2 pawns, I'm not taking the game lightly, right? Because like I already showed you, there's a way that I could have easily lost, right, if I wasn't paying attention. So just because you're up a piece and you should win doesn't mean that you go on autopilot and you stop paying attention. You could still blunder. You could still lose something big. So just keep that in mind, right? Like it's not over until there's checkmate on the board, right? Okay, queen g6. So he's trying to get away from the fork, which I think he does. We have any... I don't think we have any tactics. Knight to g6 actually is interesting because it attacks twice. So knight g6, maybe rook here. Or I just go ahead and bring this guy over straight away. I'm kind of leaning towards that. I could even go here with the idea of coming down to d7. That also looks very nice. He can't take this, so I don't have to worry about that because of checkmate. He can't go there. Actually, he could go there. No, but then he gets forked. Takes, fork. Ah, but then there's a little... Okay, that's interesting. So here. It's funny. There's actually like some back rank mate tricks there. Very interesting. What I could do is go here. If he goes there, just trade and play like g3 and be happy, or h3. And then that's probably fine. Or just go here. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. So let me... Yeah, we'll play rook here. Trying to come down here. I think he can get away with this, right? Because what I was saying is takes, check, and he actually can sack the queen. And when I take the queen, he comes down here and he checkmates me on the back rank, which is pretty funny, right? So I do have to watch out for that one. But, and by the way, if I go check first, I think it's the same exact thing. He just takes. If I take the queen, he takes me, and it's checkmate. It doesn't really matter. So if he goes there, what I'll probably do is takes, and play h3. Then I can run my king over here, and then this actually is a real threat again.
Okay, this is a possibility, but then I can move my rook somewhere here. Yeah, to attack the queen, and maybe then I can bring back my rook, my other rook, which is still sleeping in the corner. Yeah, so this is under attack. I guess he can bring back his rook. Yeah, but I have this move, so move back, and if he moves this, I can just take it with the queen. So okay, I can move my rook in here, so if he takes, I can take, and he cannot take it back with the queen. But he can bring his other rook, so... Yeah, but I think some kind of... Yeah, he's doing this. Could do... Yeah, let's... Okay, so if I'll move my rook in here, what will this rook do? Okay, if this takes... Okay, let's try this. I don't know. I cannot move this queen right now, so this rook might be coming in here, so who knows? If he's coming in here, I have to move back.
But you got to be careful when the king is, on the back, when all the rooks leave, so you can lose games. Okay, rook to e8 instead. So let's see. First of all, if I go check, if he takes with the queen, I take the queen. And if he takes my queen, I take him checkmate. Okay, so if he takes the rook, I take here, checkmate. Okay, so you can't take my knight. So you have to move the king. Then what do? I don't really have a great follow-up. I mean, I could take. Oh, I could take. He takes, then I take checkmate. Okay. If I take, he has to take my knight, but that's only a knight and I got a rook, so it's a good trade. So knight f7 should win the game for me. Let's just verify one more time. If he takes, that's going to lead to a checkmate. If he takes with the queen, I take. Leads to a checkmate. If he moves over, I take. And either way, you know, he takes. I got a rook for a knight. So it's a good trade. Okay. There we go. Knight f7 check.
Yeah, if his rook will move, you know, this angle or this angle. Okay, but maybe this angle would be dangerous. He could give me a check, you know, take, move. Yeah, but if he have double rook and the queen in one line, so this will not work. Yeah, if I'll take, this would be checkmate probably. So I cannot take because this is the end of me. So I'll move.
Okay, he does play king to g8. And so, like I said, we can now take the rook. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope, don't believe so. Here we go.
Okay, he can... Okay, he can take it now. Okay, we'll take it.
Okay, he takes the knight, which is fine, but now we can simply trade, and we do have the extra rook, and so this is going to be a win. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Probably let's go check. I could go check here and then force a queen trade. I could even go here, actually, and then just win the queen with the rook. That's maybe the easiest thing to do. You know what? I could even throw in the check first. No, actually, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go straight away with this. And this is the threat. How do you stop that? I don't think he can do it because you can't move the king out of the way. He can't move the queen out of the way. Yeah, you could do that, but it's too late. There's the pin. And now we just have essentially a queen extra.
Okay, so it's queen against queen and a rook, and 6 pawns against 4 pawns. Odds is not on my side, you know, but we still can play, still playable. I just need to bring my queen somewhere here, and that's it. How hard can it be, right? Let's make some space for king. This okay, this is lost right now. Yeah, let's take it.
Okay, and so what's the easiest way to win this position? Probably gobble up the pawns and get another queen, or you could probably try to use your pawns over here, but I'm just gonna take the pawns. We'll keep it simple.
Yeah, so maybe we'll resign this. Yeah, I will resign because it's not playable anymore.
Keep it real simple. Okay, he does resign. All right, good game to Martin Chess. If you guys want to see the post-game discussion that we're about to have, make sure you click on the link in the description. I'm going to see if he'll post that over on his channel. And so thanks again to Martin Chess. Hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you next time. Stay sharp, play smart, and take care.